Hey everybody on YouTube, and I'm back at it again with yet another video for y'all. Just got back from EDC Las Vegas and I'm done with school, so I promise I'm going to be busting these videos out like probably every week. So what I'm going to be talking about is whether StockX is killing the resale market or not. In my opinion, I feel like it's a yes and it's a no. The reason why it's a yes is because they make so many pairs of the same item that people are starting to realize that it's not that valuable, therefore the value decreases. In my opinion, that's kind of a good thing because that means I could buy a hyped item for cheap. Well, I think also that it's not killing the resale markets because people are still buying stuff, right? So if you're still going to be buying, they're still going to be making something, you know what I mean? It may not be profit, but they're still making something. StockX is probably the number one resource to find the pricing of a shoe or an item now. So let's say I have these pair of silver bullets and I'm looking at the price right now. I'm using my laptop as a reference. Now let's go to my size because it'll probably be more accurate. Last sold was $294 of these. A few years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, when sneakers were at like its ultimate peak, these probably would have been worth maybe $300, maybe a little bit above, because it's a shoe that's really quote unquote rare. Because you're in high school, you don't go out like that. The value of this shoe will increase, therefore price jacks up. And prices were all jacked up back then in high school. When I was in high school, let's just say they were 310, they were 300 and above. Now it's worth 294. So would this be good or would this be bad? As a reseller, it would be kind of bad. You wouldn't be making a bigger profit as you thought you would be. And on the other end, the person's buying an overpriced shoe. So you'd still be winning either way. You won't be selling it at its biggest profit, which is okay because that sometimes happens in the market. Back then, most references to pricing a shoe was probably Flight Club or this website to where you can calculate whether the shoe is worth or not. And honestly, those were incorrect resources. Just like with StockX, it's a pretty incorrect resource, but it's a resource. As comparison, back then, it was more word of mouth. And like Facebook, you had these groups and everything, and it was more, oh, it was worth this much, and people would agree on it. That simple. It's not so simple anymore. Now people are starting to realize and get smarter and saying, oh, well, on StockX or on this website, it's not worth this much. Then go buy on that website. But that's kind of the thing right now. People are kind of, the prices of the shoes or the clothing item that on there aren't really that high as they should be. But if you really think about it, how high really should they be? Because back then, everything was just jacked up because it was a hype item and not a lot of people knew about it. So it's just like, oh, it's a Supreme, I'm always going to buy it for a higher price because it's Supreme. Now, people are thinking, oh, for that item, I'm not going to buy that Supreme drop for that much because I heard it's not that good, or it's not, the quality isn't there, or it's just not worth that much. People are starting to get a little bit picky and smarter now. Or they go on StockX, they try to sell it, and it's not that high. They sell it for a lower price, and then the person buys it for a lower price, and that person at the end of the deal is winning. But that's not a bad thing, which leads to why I think it's not killing the resale market, because people are still buying the product either way. So you're still making something. StockX, I mean, clothing, hype items, all that good stuff in general, it's all perspective. I mean, at the same time, it's just like, yo, why can't you just buy something that you like? But people instead think, oh, let me buy something that that other person is wearing because I think it looks cool. And if I think that looks cool, I could probably sell it for a higher price. Go on StockX, finally realize that it's not worth that much. Then they start thinking, oh, I guess these aren't that cool. Just because something's not worth a whole bunch of money does not make it cool. I promise you. You definitely learned that. I especially learned that during high school. Like, I seen people with like Bread 11s. Holy cow. Bread 11s were like this big thing back then, right? And now that you realize you see so many pairs, you start thinking, a lot of people have these shoes. I don't think I want to wear them. And then the value goes down of that shoe. That's not always the case though. Just because someone else is wearing them does not make the shoe any less cooler than what's on your feet. If you could rock something, rock it. It does not matter how much it's worth. It does not matter who else is wearing it. Just wear something that you like. It's that simple. In my opinion, it is what it is. I mean, I don't think it's really killing the resale market. If anything, I think it's kind of bringing it more back to life. This kind of works like an actual stock market. Like, you know, it'll go down, go on sale, eventually it'll fix itself, go back up, and that's when you can resell it for a higher price. So let's say Bread Toes. I remember when they just came out, they didn't resell that high because they made so many pairs, and people were iffy about this shoe. because it looked like black toes, but the red toes. So just like, oh, okay. I guess one difference will make a difference, I guess. They resell for $160. We're only reselling for about like maybe $220. That's when they just came out. Now it's been over the months, over and over again. They came out, the February 24th. So it's now, May 25th. And they're reselling for $358. And the last sold was $345. So you just have to be patient, just like an actual stock market. You have to be patient to where it'll just go back up in value because, people either forgot about it or, the longer you hold on to a shoe that's a dead stock, the value will increase. So the shadow ones that are probably taking most of the backlash right now, they retailed for $160. They're reselling for like $180. Probably later in the fall or winter, they're probably gonna go back to $200 to $300. It's just only in a matter of time. And that's basically what I think about StockX. It's all perspective. At the end of the day, just wear something that you like. Don't wear it just because the value is not that high of that certain item that you like. Don't think that you can't wear it because everybody else is wearing it. If you like something, wear it. It's just that simple. Wear anything that you like. Wear anything that's unique to you. Wear anything that's either basic to you. If you like it and it looks good on you, at the end of the day, if it makes you happy, that's all it really matters. You don't need to impress nobody. That basically sums up my video. Hopefully it wasn't too long and hopefully it wasn't too short, but I think it was kind of short, but I did what I can. But that basically sums up my video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time on the next video.
To a closed case. Look, bullets got Dilla and a vanilla. All white, that plain Jane, yeah. The rose going back.